Hi, I'm Vicky Fordham-Lewis and I'm the Managing Director of Osborne Property Services. Osborne decided to get involved in the Mayor of London's GLA retrofitting framework because we recognise that the property services sector has got a massive challenge ahead of it over the forthcoming years to try and meet the demands of the Climate Change Act. And Osborne is an innovative and responsible contractor, and we wanted to play our part in laying down the framework of how we deliver these properties through to 2030 and latterly 2050. Well, I guess first and foremost, the things that we're doing that are different to scale up to whole house retrofit is that we're looking at the problem before we've actually got there. In construction and property services, a lot of the time we're dealing with things reactively. And actually we've put a lot of effort in terms of upfront investment in developing and training our staff, the creation of a workforce matrix that will look to transfer and upskill the people in our business now to be able to meet the needs not only to retrofit these homes, but also to repair, service and maintain them in the future. Equally, we've put a lot of time and effort in collaborating with our other colleagues in the sector who we would traditionally think of as our competitors. Now that certainly goes against the status quo, but it's something we've really enjoyed doing. And actually, in this example, we aren't afraid to go first. We're really happy to be working with like-minded people who are innovative, collaborative, and aren't afraid to make mistakes as we take this journey together to retrofit these homes. My advice to other organisations who are looking to achieve net zero retrofit to their current housing stock would first and foremost be there will never be enough customer engagement. If we want our customers to have these services deployed in their homes and have these measures that actually work and are adopted, we need to be collaborating and working with them and talking them through the entire process from design and inception all the way to handover and demonstration. And then it's equally important that we go back to those customers to check that they're happy, living healthy home in their healthy homes, and things are working out for them as we expected. My call to action for the wider industry would come across sort of 5 key areas. The first would be looking at a nationalised standard on how we look after our customers, all the way, as I've said, from engagement through to actually the works taking place, demonstration and handover, and then monitoring those works periodically through the lifetime of the asset. We need to make sure that these customers adopt these measures and that they work out well for them and they understand that this is fundamentally a complete new way of living in their homes, and it's the biggest change that we've seen to UK housing for probably over 100 years. My second call would be for a review of the planning and permitted development law. The current planning system in its current form will not be able to cope with the volume of traffic that will be generated through these retrofitting if they all need to go through full planning consents. And where we are able to use permitted development, it makes sense now to have a common standard that is approached and applied to all retrofits across the country, so that we don't live to regret some of the measures we put in and think, well, we could have done this better. That way we can have a lessons learned approach and we can keep refining that standard as we go through. We need to look at how we manage leaseholders. There's 4 million leaseholders across the United Kingdom at the moment, and they deserve a fair and transparent way on how they're billed for those works. So it's really important that we start looking at that collaboratively as an industry to make sure that we get that right first time. Otherwise, my fear is the LVT will be very overburdened with work. We also need to look at how this information is stored and shared across all of the sector. We work typically in construction and property services in a siloed environment, and people don't talk a lot about when things go wrong, or how we could do them better. And I think it's really important that there is this shared learning that is completely flowing through these works, and that needs to engage not just the people who are delivering the work or the property owners, but also the customers, the suppliers and the manufacturers. And last but by no means least, we need a national workforce strategy that looks at how we can start getting the right people in the right place to deliver this work now in terms of people on site, so whether that's subcontractors or directly employed people, how we can attract more people into the sector, We know the construction sector is already undermanned, so to speak, and we need to encourage more in. But we also need to engage with suppliers and manufacturers so we can look at innovative and unique ways of delivering this work at fast track and at scale.